love how women talk about how they messed things up with a good guy simply because he made one mistake, or even she broke up with him for literally no reason. Yes, women do that. I hear about it. And then as they're dating other guys, they realize that he invested way more in her that other guys have not. So she's realizing that he was a genuinely good man. He put in so much for her, and she realizes it, but she's too stubborn to go back to him. This could be for many reasons, but at the end of the day, she regrets losing him. So instead of coming back to him, she's going to numb her pain by getting with multiple guys, and when that doesn't work, guess what she finally does? If you guys would like personal advice, it'll be in my bio.
Even women are starting to realize they messed up with men. Is the quiet part finally being said out loud? Usually right after the options dry up and the group chat goes suspiciously silent. For years, men warning about dating culture were dismissed as bitter, insecure, or not keeping up. Their concerns about respect, reciprocity, and long-term stability were laughed off as outdated takes from guys who just needed to do better.
Ladies, this one's gonna sting, but most of the time it is not men ruining relationships. It is women sabotaging themselves. But first, let me explain. First is the victim mindset. If every argument turns into poor me, look what you did to me, you're not resolving the conflict. You're dodging accountability. Second, attention addiction. If you need outside validation, likes, stares, DMs to feel secure, you'll never be happy with the man that you're with. Third, lack of self-worth. If you drag your unhealed trauma into a relationship but refuse to face it and deal with it, you're making your partner pay for damage that they did not cause. These aren't just little habits. They are relationship killers. They destroy trust, create resentment, and eventually push away the man or woman you claim to love. And the hard truth, a lot of women would rather blame men than admit that they're guilty of these patterns. So before you say men are the problem, ask yourself, am I sabotaging my own relationship? Try to ask yourself that. If you're brave enough to admit that, you will change everything. If not, you're going to repeat the same cycle. Drop your take in the comments. I know this one is going to get a little heated.
Fast forward, and suddenly the realization arc begins. Not loud accountability, no, but soft admissions wrapped in confusion. Why is dating so hard now? Why don't men try anymore? Why does everyone feel disconnected? As if men collectively vanished overnight instead of slowly checking out after being told they were optional, replaceable, and perpetually at fault.
Hey, I gotta say this too. We always talking about how men ain't shit, but it's some fucked up women out here who be fucking up good ass men. Let me tell y'all, I be listening to like, what? And what happened? But see, with men, you gotta ask the whole story. Be like, what did you do to do that? But I be realizing, like, it's a lot of women who just really hate men and they treat y'all like shit. And some of y'all do deserve to be treated like that. But some of y'all men, I really feel bad. Like, I hate to see a good man suffer. It's like, oh my gosh, love yourself, king. You deserve better. You deserve better, king. Stand up. I be telling y'all men, like, y'all need to stand up. Not y'all men who cheat and then play victim or be beating on women and play victim. Not y'all. I mean, no, free those good men from them women who ain't treating them right. Free them. I be talking to like some of like my homeboys and hearing stories. I be like, y'all dealing with this? You tolerating that? I always ask, what did you do to get treated like that first? Because you know y'all men like to flip the script. But nah, y'all really good men, free y'all, for real. I pray y'all find a way to get out and get you a good woman.
They say when a woman is messing with more than one man, she gets mean to the one she's lying to. This is the truth. And she usually gets mean to the man she's been in a long, committed relationship with. Reason being, because she's cheating. She starts fights out of nowhere, tells him he's not good enough, and makes him feel like he's the reason the relationship is falling apart. All of this so she can disappear for hours or days and be with another man. Then eventually, she'll apologize or say what he wants to hear, just to get him back where she wants him. But make no mistake, it's only a matter of time before she does it again. And she will do it for as long as you allow her to. You deserve someone who's honest and loyal, not someone who manipulates your love. Stop letting her lies steal your peace. Set boundaries, walk away, and reclaim your worth.
What's really sinking in is that attention was mistaken for loyalty, and options were confused with outcomes. Endless validation felt like leverage, until it didn't convert into commitment. Casual power games felt fun, until nobody wanted to play seriously anymore. Turns out mocking effort, testing boundaries, and treating relationships like competitive sports doesn't exactly inspire long-term investment.
So I wanted to share this with you all, and I'm probably going to catch some heat for it, but I decided to go ahead and be open about it. So there's a couple that I helped a couple of months back in regards to the relationship, right? And I knew that it wasn't going to work. I knew it wasn't going to work, but I couldn't tell them that it wasn't going to work. I just had to do whatever I could, give them as many exercises to practice, to utilize in a relationship, to implement, to see if it could work. But I knew deep down in my heart that it probably wasn't going to work, right? And I'm only saying this because I know a lot of times women feel like they can do no wrong. And the crazy thing about it is the man is in an outstanding relationship now. And the woman, it's not. She's suffering. She's going through it. So she reached out to me, and this is the story I want to tell you guys. So she goes, Kitty, I did everything that you told me to do, blah, 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 blah. And mind you, I've talked to this man already. He's reached out to me. And everything that I taught them, everything I told them, utilize, implement, he's doing it now in the relationship that he is in. That was just the wrong woman. And I'm sorry, baby, if you see this video, I know I've already told you, you were just not the woman. So she asked me, Kitty, what did I do wrong? And I said, do you want me to be raw with you? And she said, yes. Okay. So I told her, okay, you had this princess syndrome where you felt like it always had to be me, and everything that I said went. And that if I was not right, he was not going to be happy. You belittled him. You emasculated him. I said, you didn't watch your tone. You reacted before you responded. You didn't take time to comprehend what it was that he was saying. And he heard you nagging instead of actually listening. You waited to play that number plus one game. Okay, this is a number of things that you have done to me that he's telling you. And then you say, well, this is a number of things that you have done to me plus one. You had a warped mindset to where you believe that, hey, it's going good right now. And I need a little bit of attention. So bad attention is better than no attention. Instead of understanding that now you are transitioning into a healthier space. So there's going to be peace. It's going to be serene. But you didn't know how to adapt to peace and serenity because of your chaos from your childhood and your past traumas. You brought those into this relationship and you blamed him for the mistakes of your partner. I asked her, do you want me to continue? Because the list can go on. And everything that I told you to do, as you're saying you did it, you did not. You went back to what it is that you knew. And she said, well, Kitty, can I get him back? You can't get him back. You lost him, and you should not be worrying about getting a partner back until you fix yourself. And the only way to fix yourself, as I always say, ladies, is to be accountable for your shit. And I understand it sucks when they move on. But I'm glad that he moved on because he was ready. It was the right time for him, and you were the wrong person.
And here's the part that stings the most. The men who were once ignored while building themselves are now the ones least interested in negotiating their peace. They learned routines without drama, fulfillment without constant approval, purpose without romantic chaos. So when realization finally hits, it doesn't come with a rewind button. It comes with silence.
The harsh truth is, women sometimes sabotage relationships with good men without even realizing it. If she's operating out of fear, control feels like safety. But to him, it just feels like constant criticism. Eventually, if that pattern repeats long enough, the relationship cracks under the pressure. Healthy love requires trust, not control.
Girl, do you realize you're quietly breaking him? He's swallowing his pride to be your rock, doing everything he can to show you he loves you. He supports you through your overthinking and emotional moments, yet you're still creating distance. For what? Men like him are rare. Guys who genuinely care are hard to find, and you're treating this one like he's replaceable. Everyone keeps asking, where are the good guys? He's right in front of you. If you love him the way you say you do, then your actions need to reflect that. Because when someone gives their best and still feels invisible, it slowly convinces them they're not enough. It makes him feel unappreciated, taken for granted, and emotionally useless no matter how hard he tries. Over time, that feeling changes a man. He starts pulling back, protecting himself, and becoming emotionally guarded instead of open. That's how good men lose their softness. Not because they wanted to change, but because staying vulnerable stopped feeling safe. Once a good man feels unseen for too long, he doesn't argue or beg. He quietly withdraws and stops offering the effort that once came naturally.
And when he finally stops trying, it's not because he didn't care. It's because he cared for too long without feeling met halfway.
Men didn't win. Women didn't lose.
When it comes to relationships, women are the ultimate manipulators. You can't convince me otherwise, because one, how are you going to turn it, flip, and Uno reverse everything on him every single time he tries to actually tell you how he's feeling, and then all of a sudden it's, oh, well, you did this to me 3 months ago and y'all already hashed it out, but here it is on the surface again because it's convenient for you. Not only that, but women are the ultimate players, because how are you going to start a relationship with a man, be throwing it back for him in the beginning, he locks it down with a ring, marries you, you pop out a couple of kids, and then it's no more Pound Town. That shit is shut down. Those legs are locked, closed, and tight. And now you're complaining to your friends that he's not the man that you wanted him to be or expected him to be. Man, men are not complicated creatures. They're really not. Feed them and fuck them. Feed them, fuck them, and keep them happy. And that's how, like, it's not hard science. If you're doing those two things, I guarantee you that man is going to show up for you in ways that you never imagined. My man will move mountains for me. He will go through any bullshit for me because he's fed and he's fucked and on the regular. Okay? And women sit here and complain about these good men, but want a divorce from them. Women file more than men. You know why women file more than men? Because men know as soon as they file for divorce, they lose more than half their shit most of the time. They're usually paying alimony and child support, and they lost their kids. How is that a win for a man? Meanwhile, the woman, at the end of all of this, walks away with a paycheck, two incomes from the alimony and the child support, normally keeps the house, and has more than 50-50 of the children. Of course she's walking out on top. Of course she has her big glow up once she leaves the man. Like, what the fuck? And then you're opening your legs to the next best thing because you think the grass is greener on the other side. Wake the fuck up. Do better. Do better, women, because you're giving us good women bad reputations for the good men. End of rant this morning.
But a lot of people are realizing, a little too late, that mutual respect, appreciation, and cooperation weren't optional features. They were the foundation. And once that foundation cracked, no amount of coping posts or hot takes could patch it back together.
A damaged woman will not appreciate a good thing until she no longer has access to it. I dated a guy, he was incredible. We were young, he had his life together, he had a plan, he was respectful, a gentleman. He was a good person. But I was damaged and unable to receive what he wanted to give me, which was love and respect. So eventually, he got tired of it. He left. He didn't make a scene. He didn't disrespect me. He was just done. But what he said forced me to look at myself. He said, I hope you heal so that you can receive all that you deserve. I still love you. And that crushed me. Do you hear me? Crushed me. I was like, oh my God, what have I done? I lost him. It took me to lose a good person and deal with unhealed people for me to realize that there's a shortage of good people. And if you find a good person, man, you better hold on to them because it might be a very long time, if ever you find another one. I looked for him in practically everybody, and I never found him. So, I don't know. Be mindful.
So yeah, the realization is spreading. not because men suddenly changed, but because ignoring consequences only works, until reality shows up uninvited.
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.